Bit of a different video today, just simply because 1, the game is down, 2, I've got the time to make a video, and 3, I don't actually have this build yet, but I've been mathing it out, and it's potentially looking like, in terms of like overall support, if you're going to go like straight buff support, there are better options. If you're going to go straight healer, there are better options. But in terms of like overall support, utility, and performance, as well as what you are actually able to do with it, there is a 2-piece combo that is looking to be insanely powerful. Now, it will require testing, and I am trying to farm this, and hopefully with the new fixes coming in with the current maintenance, we are going to be able to put targeted loot so I can at least get the backpack. I already have the chest for this, but what I am essentially meaning is the combination of Hunter Killer for Perfect Intimidate and Lavoisier from the Electric set for Perfect Galvanize, in conjunction with Le Scorpio. Now, in total, this is basically all you need, and then from here you can mostly put on whatever gear set you actually want, and most of them are going to work perfectly damn fine. You can be a pseudo healer, pseudo buff, pseudo tank, depending on how you want to go, and you're going to be actively a great contribution to your team, still being able to do damage while buffing your team, healing, and a variety of other things depending on what it is you have actively put on the build. So I'm just going to give a few examples here of what works, or what potentially could work very well, and then just go through what ones don't. So first off, let's go over the synergy between Perfect Intimidate and Perfect Galvanize. While you have bonus armor, gain 1 stack for each second, up to a maximum of 7 or 8 for Perfect, which is what we're running. Each stack increases total weapon damage by 5% to enemies within 10 meters. This works out to a total, being Perfect Intimidate, as a 47.75% multiplier. It is incredibly powerful. Where we're getting this bonus armor from is quite simply Galvanize. Applying blind, ensnare, confuse, or shock to an enemy grants 40 or 50%, as we're using Perfect Galvanize, of your armor as bonus armor to you and all allies within 30 meters of that enemy for 10 seconds. Considering we're going to be running Scorpio, which does both shock as well as confuse. Confuse is disorient for those that don't know. So this is going to be a very, very powerful combo. Adding in the fact that after the 7th shot with Scorpio, we get another 20% amp. So now it just comes down to what gear sets do you actually want to run with it. Well, this is going to be entirely on you and what you want to run. Like I said, this isn't going to be the best build going, but it's going to be a very, very useful supporting style build that you can lean more towards supporting, DPS, sustaining, CC, and there are a plethora of other things. Those final 4 gear pieces that you can put into the build are pretty much up to you. So we're just going to do like a quick overview. So obviously first we've got aces and eights. This only affects MMRs, so that is out. Cavalier could be a potentially very good one, offering a damage mitigation to our team, also offering up some Hasbro, and if we really wanted, we do have 40% repair skill, so we could use the repair chem to help as a little bit of a healer. Eclipse would also work depending on how you wanted to play. This would act as a bit more of a CC, as well as helping to utilize a bit more of your status effect, as well as allowing you to use or get a bit more effect if you wanted to use something like Foam. Foundry Bulwark is going to be another good one. This would be more of a I just want to tank and I'm buffing my team as just a little bit of an extra side thing. Future Initiative could also help buff your team as well. You could also act as a pseudo healer. It's the same is going to be for Hardwired. However, I wouldn't really suggest going this route. It will work, but it's probably going to be the least effective of the ones that will work. Heartbreaker is another one that will work, but you will be limited to hitting headshots only just to get the full effect of Heartbreaker. For the next round, we have Hotshot. Again, this only affects MMRs, so out. Hunter's Fury is going to be one of the best bets, simply because it buffs 1, shotgun 2, it's 20% armor on kill and 100% health on kill. It also adds another layer of CC, which is going to allow you to effectively tank as well as deal pretty decent damage. Negotiator's Dilemma is going to be worthwhile. However, My personal argument, if you're going to run Nego, just run pure DPS. So it is going to be effective, it is going to work, but I personally wouldn't go that route. Ongoing Directive with it is going to be insanely powerful, simply just because the bleed bullets from Ongoing Directive do not interfere with the talent of Scorpio, effectively meaning you can shock and bleed things simultaneously, or confuse, disorient, and bleed things simultaneously. This allows you to get more damage out of your build, literally another 20% amp, while giving your team another 20% amp. So it's going to be very powerful. Rigor, I don't understand why it exists, so we're going to just skip right past that. If you're wanting to go pure Unga Bunga damage, Strikers is going to be your best option here, but again, although it is going to be very worthwhile, why you just wouldn't run a normal Strikers build is kind of my only argument against it. Then we have System Corruption. Honestly, in PvE, this set is mostly meh, so I will leave that to the PvE players as to whether this would even be worthwhile, because I know Scorpio gets a different talent set in PvP. The only part of this that is really going to be quite worthwhile is the 15% armor on kill, but then you could just run Hunter's Fury and get 20% armor on kill and still do more damage. Then for the last three, we have Tip of the Spear. This could be effective, however, the swapping back and forth from your specialization weapon and where you're not running the backpack to get the most ammo out of it, to have the highest uptime on the buff, is not going to be the best way to go. True Patriot here is going to be incredibly powerful, allowing you to heal your allies, debuff the enemy, buff their damage, which you're already doing through the use of Scorpio. It's going to be pretty damn powerful. And one that I am actually personally quite interested in testing out is going to be Umbra Initiative. 1, the fire rate, 2, the crit chance, 3, the reload speed, and then the stacking mechanic, allowing you to personally manage your own damage as well as your own armor gain. This could be incredibly annoying, or it could be an absolute match made in heaven, and I am interested to try it. I've already pretty much got my eye set on running this with Hunter's Fury, and I've been leaving one slot open on my multiplayer character for a setup just as this. So this is essentially what I'm trying to build for. Full red, Hunter Killer, Lavisiere 4-piece, Hunter's Fury. Now with this, obviously the Hunter's Fury only drops from either the Year 2 Hunters, the Woni Hunters, or you can get it from Cassie. If you can't get this, a Badger Tough chest with Intimidate will work pretty much just as well. However, due to the interactions of expertise, the moment you get past 8 expertise, weirdly, Hunter Killer will do more. So at base level with 0 expertise or 1 to 7, Hunter Killer and then a Badger Tough with Intimidate will basically do the exact same damage. One does like 0.1% more damage on headshot, Badger Tough, and then one does 0.1% more damage on body. They're basically identical. But the moment you get to like plus 8 expertise, and if you put this up to like plus 20, Hunter Killer does actually do more. Admittedly, it is literally only by like 1%. So it's not really anything to write home about. The main reason I'm just saying Hunter Killer is, 1, I very rarely get the opportunity to use Perfect Intimidate. 2, I've got so many good ones of them sat in my stash that are just doing nothing, and I'm just desperate to use them. So I'm going to be going Hunter Killer. If you're interested in playing for this sort of style, then just go for a normal Badger Tough, because it's going to be a lot easier to get. So anyway, yeah, this is looking like it's going to be a particularly pretty powerful support style setup. You don't also have to use Scorpio. You can essentially use whatever shotgun you want, but you will be limiting yourself to only being able to use Hunter's Fury, because that is the only way you're able to get the Confuse buff, which will proc Galvanize. Anyway, that is just about it for this video. Sorry it's a bit of a different style, but yeah, like I said, the game is down and I don't actually have the build to show. I'm still theory crafting this, but I want to get this out there to just sort of show what is potentially now actually possible because of Perfect Galvanize. In the meantime though, have fun, good luck, don't die, it's bad for the health.